Hi, good morning guys, thanks for joining me. I hope everyone's well, hope everyone's having a nice week. That nice weather soon deteriorated. I've been pretty much stuck in the house for the past 2 weeks, all this heavy rain and gales, but I just thought I'd come out today, have a nice quick brew and a bite to eat. And whilst I'm out, I thought I'd talk about the Savotta Rucksack. This is the one which I showed in the Welsh video when we went over to Bower Lake. And in my opinion, one of the most comfortable rucksacks which I've ever owned. So I thought we'd run through the spec, the cost, the features and all that kind of stuff. So just before we get into the rucksack itself and start getting into the nitty gritty, I just thought I'd show you just how it fits and how it looks. Now I'm around about 5'8", and the rucksack itself has been adjusted so it's fitting me perfectly. That lumbar strap is sitting on my hips there, so it's taking the weight from the shoulders and putting it on my legs, so obviously just a bit more stronger. And when it comes to the pack itself, there's plenty of adjustments on it. So like I say, now I'm around about 5'7", 5'8". So if you're bigger than me or shorter than me, there's plenty of adjustments on the waist strap so you can actually make it fit. So the waist strap itself has got the adjustments on it, so you can actually pull that nice and tight, like I say, reducing any kind of weight off your shoulders. And also there's plenty of straps here for more adjustments. If you wanted to bring that rucksack closer into the back, you can just pull it forward. That means if you're going to be moving about, the pack itself is going to be rotating. Also, it's got a nice sternum strap on it. Again, that can be fully adjusted. And also adjustments just on the shoulder straps, just to tighten them up and make sure that it fits okay. So the rucksack itself, this is a 40 to 60 litre, so perfect for overnighters or perhaps your kind of lot of gear. And in my opinion, like I say, very comfortable. The fabric's very durable, and if you can notice there's plenty of webbing on it, so if it is that you want to carry separate pouches, it also makes that possible. So I'm just going to pan the camera down, just going to take a look inside, just a quick run through the gear which I'm carrying, and also just take a close look at the pack. So for those of you which may be unfamiliar with Savotta, it was made over in Finland and it's something which their border force use. And again, in my opinion, you know, if it's something which the military are going to be using, then it's certainly going to be sturdy enough for anything which I'm going to be putting it through. So like I was saying, this is the 40 to 60 litre, and in this range you can get them all the way down from a 20 litre pack all the way up to the 70 litre. But like I was saying, this one here is the 40 to 60. And the beauty about this, you can use it like I'm using it for today as a large day pack, or if it was that I'm going to do any kind of overnighters or multi-nighters, that kind of thing, you've got the option of being able to extend the height and extend the volume. Very simple to do, it's just a case of just unclipping the buckles, and you can lift the lid up and extend the top. So the way in which it works, it's very similar to a dry bag. Unfortunately it isn't a dry bag, that would have been perfect for me. But they do say that it's waterproof, but just for the security I've got a separate rain cover with it there. But now that top has been lifted up, that's going to make the full 60 litre pack, and then running alongside that you just adjust the lid just by adjusting the straps at the back here. That lid itself can be lifted up just to match the height of the rucksack itself. So like I say, perfect for overnighters, perfect for multi-day use. The fabric itself is a very durable fabric, very similar to Cordura, but they call it Fox Dura, and it is their 1000D, so it is the thickest and the most durable which they make in the range. So we just get the camera just to take a close look at the outside of the rucksack, and for those of you which like molly webbing, there's certainly plenty on this rucksack. So again, if it is that you want to use external pockets and pouches, they'll all fit on here quite easily, but Savotta do make their own if it is that you want to go down that route. And you've got the molly webbing all down the front of the rucksack, you've also got it running down the side of the rucksack, and you've also got it just running along the lumbar strap. And one feature which they do mention about the lumbar strap, you can just turn the pack around, is the fact that you can actually take it off, just a case of just undoing it from there, and it's just got a simple little clip system. So once you've actually pulled that lumbar strap off, you can actually use external pockets and pouches on there, so you can use it as some kind of separate belt. I think they refer to it as a battle belt, and that's something which doesn't really particularly bother me, but if it is that you like them kind of things, then again it's certainly a nice feature. And then just one other thing, just whilst we're here, this section here is referred to as the extra comfort. And again, if you wanted to, you can actually just unfasten that and just use this black padding system. Again, just giving you all those options. And one thing which I do like about it is the fact that you've got all these impressions or depressions there, which is going to make that belt fold around really easy, and it really does grip the body. And the foam which they've used is this nice closed cell foam. And it's around about, I'd perhaps say around about an inch thick, around about 2.5 inches wide. Not perfect, there isn't a great deal of airflow running up the back here, so you will sweat, but it does keep, you know, that pack nice and comfortable on your back and just stop things from digging through. And then the grab handle itself, a lot of people do complain, say that they are a little bit too long, but the idea behind that extra length, certainly in the winter time if you're wearing mitts, it just means you can get your hand in there and make sure that you're gripping hold of the pack. And then just on the straps, there's a bit more of the webbing, a couple of D-rings so you can actually hang things off it. And then, like I was saying, just the straps here for adjusting the strap, just to make sure that everything fastens well. And then just on the side of the rucksack, running alongside that extra webbing, you've also got a good system here so you can actually compress that rucksack just to stop things from rattling around when it is that you're moving. Like I was saying, it's been very, very comfortable. I do like all these adjustments. They can seem a little bit confusing when you first buy them, but once you've used it a few times, it does get easier, and you can set the rucksack up just in the way that you like it. And then just as we start getting into the rucksack itself, the first pocket which you're going to come across, it has got a nice deep pocket on the inside of the lid. I would like one on the outside, but unfortunately they haven't put one on. It's nice just to be able to have one on the outside just to put all the quick items that you need to get in and out of the rucksack quite quickly. But just having it on the inside isn't any great hardship really. Like I say, it is quite a deep pocket. It runs all the way down to the bottom of the lid, and just in this little pocket itself I've got quite a few items. Just starting off with a full Raven little seat mat. I've also brought just a little pocket boy. These are the kind of things which I just carry just day to day with me whilst I'm out in the woods anyway. I always carry just a small little knife, which I've got there, just the Enzo Necker. Just a small little first aid kit. And then the last thing, just a small little flashlight. So like I say, no, nice handy little pocket. The items which you don't want to get lost in the main compartment of the pack, or items which you probably want to get to quite quickly. And the zip that they use on the rucksack, it isn't a YKK zipper. They've gone with one of their own makes again, and they just refer to it as an 8mm coil zip. It's certainly heavy duty in my opinion. I've never seen one, you know, as beefed up as this on a rucksack before, so it just gives me good confidence that that zip isn't going to give way. Certainly if the rucksack's expanded to its maximum, there's nothing worse than trying to get things in the rucksack not being able to undo or fasten the zips up, but in my opinion, certainly no trouble with that one. Okay, so just carrying on, just on the inside of the rucksack, I've just had to dive just on the inside of the tarp. Just got a massive storm blowing over at the moment. So like I was saying, it's one main compartment, or just one compartment which runs all the way down to the bottom of the rucksack. But if you wanted to, here's a bit of a dividing section there. So if you wanted to close that section off just to keep either your DOS bag or perhaps wet clothing, that kind of thing, it just means you've got a separate pocket there if you needed to. So just taking a look just on the inside. If I can get the camera just to get just on the inside of the rucksack itself. Like I say, just one main compartment. And the coating which they've used on the inside is just PU coating, very, very durable. And hopefully, you know, it's going to keep most of this rain out of the rucksack as it is when I come out of the woods. So the kind of items which I'm carrying in it today, I'll just put them out just on the ground and just show you the kind of things which I've got. So just starting off just with a good size axe. Something which we're going to need in a bit, a set of waterproofs. And then I've got a dry bag which I keep the tarp in, which is going to be perfect just to packing it back up if it's soaking wet. It's just going to keep the inside of the rucksack nice and dry. And then just inside there I've also got a hammock, just in case you want to lounge around just in the woods. And the dry bag itself, this is an AquaQuest dry bag. You can pick these up from Amazon or eBay. I think I ordered a set of 3. And they come in, I think, 3 different sizes, a 5, 10 and a 20 litre. They're not very expensive, but the fabric itself is the same fabric what the AquaQuest tarps are made out of. And in my opinion, absolutely awesome. Just in the bottom now, just a small little ditty bag with the cordigen. And I also carry just a small ditty bag, and this has got all the smaller items in, so everything like the headlamps, water purification tablets, filters, all that kind of stuff. I tend to carry just in a small little bag. A cook pot, which we're going to use in a second. I'm just going to get an MRE fired up, and there we're just going to have sausage and beans. And then just the smaller items, a couple of pair of gloves, a pair of work gloves and a pair of gloves just to keep my hands nice and warm. And then just finishing off just on the inside of the rucksack itself, we've got the internal frame, which is just an aluminium frame which just runs around. You can take that out if you want to, which is just that there. And then also you can just double that pocket up for an hydration bladder, and then just in the top of the roll section you've just got the little port there where the hose comes out. So like I say, in a nice deep pack, the profile nice and slim. I don't like anything too wide, certainly if I'm walking through trees. And again, if you wanted to, you could just make a separate compartment at the bottom there for wet weather gear and all that kind of stuff. And then just on the bottom of the rucksack itself, I've just got just a cheap little tarp. And the beauty about the length of these straps, it just means if you want to put a sleeping bag or a bedroll underneath, there's quite a bit of expansion on them straps, and it makes that possible. Well guys, I'm just going to get this bit of grub at. Apologies for any kind of rain noise on top of the tarp. They did say, that this weather was going to come in this afternoon, and they've been quite right about that. So if it is that you're interested in one of these rucksacks, it is called the Savotta Jääkäri. I will leave all the links in the description box. And for a pack like that, you're going to be looking around about £250, so they're certainly not cheap. But if it is you're looking for a good reliable rucksack, something for a large day pack or perhaps overnighters, that kind of thing, in my opinion, it's absolutely brilliant. So like always, you just leave me say thanks a lot for stopping by and watching the video. Like always, until next time, you take care and I'll see you again.